Hey, it's Marko here from Fair Realty. So today I'm going to be talking about my worst three predictions or oversights pertaining to the Victoria real estate market in the 11 years that I've been a realtor in Victoria. If I could predict the market or, pick certain properties that would outperform the market, or if I could predict the stock market or anything with any sort of consistency, I wouldn't be making these YouTube videos. I'd be a billionaire on my yacht in Croatia. But the reality is, no one can be perfect when it comes to making predictions going forward, whether it be the stock market, real estate market, etc. So today I'm going over my three biggest oversights slash wrong predictions. So number one, I'll start with the Janyan. So the Janyan is a building downtown. This is a building when it launched, it was advertising micro studios at $110,000 a unit. And a lot of people were asking me about it. My friends were asking me about it. And I didn't think it was a great deal. Like, I honestly laughed at the people who lined up. I think it was on Johnson Street. They lined up to be able to secure these units. And this was my rationale. At that time, I had bought a pre-sale from Bosa at the Promontory for $193,000. It was 440 square feet with the parking spot. So I'm thinking $110,000, no parking spot. It's like 230 square feet. It's actually not that great of a deal on a per square foot basis. But as some of you know, the Janyan, shortly after completion, the units were worth 3 times as much as what people paid for them during the pre-sale. One big reason of it was the explosion of Airbnb. When Janyan was being pre-sold, no one was mentioning Airbnb. It wasn't in the marketing materials. People buying weren't mentioning it. But by the time the building was finished a few years later, Airbnb had really taken off, and the Janyan happened to have Airbnb zoning or vacation rental zoning. And so people basically tripled their money buying these micro units at the Janyan, and I did not think the pre-sale was a great deal. So that's probably the biggest oversight of my career. I've bought a ton of pre-sales, but I was not smart enough to buy a few pre-sales at the Janyan. Second oversight, I would say, is Sook. I always thought, my personal opinion was always that Sook would lag the other markets in Victoria, especially compared to the core. I thought Sook would lag in terms of appreciation, and I couldn't have been more wrong. In the last couple of years, Sook has appreciated more than any other market percentage-wise. Some of my thoughts behind not being bullish on Sook was you have one road in, one road out. It's quite the commute to Victoria, in my opinion. But Sook has developed its own charm. It's like a little town of its own now. And possibly, with the impact of COVID, prices have really exploded. There was a sale I was involved in Sook 7-8 years ago now for $375,000. That property just resold for $1,060,000, so almost tripled. There's nothing in the core that has almost tripled in the last 7 years. Some things are close to double, but not triple. So I was never bullish on Sook, and Sook has been a top performer in the last few years, so I was completely wrong there as well. Finally, another thing I was completely wrong on is after the huge run-up in prices in 2015 and 16, I never ever thought we would see another run-up where we saw prices increase by more than double digits in a single year. My rationale behind that was, when prices used to be $200,000 for an average single-family home, if there was a 20% run-up, the average price would be $240,000, not a huge absolute number. And I thought, what are the odds prices of single-family homes go from $1 million to 1.2 in 1 year? That's just such a massive, massive absolute run-up, 200,000. So I blogged about it, and I predicted quite a few times after 2017 that we'd probably never see double-digit gains. And sure enough, COVID came, and in the last year we've seen double-digit gains, specifically on single-family homes. They kind of have gone from $1 million to 1.2 million in terms of an average. Never ever saw that coming. So those are 3 instances in my career that I've been wrong. I've been wrong many other times. I always give people my honest opinion, and when I'm buying pre-sales for myself, when I'm investing in real estate, I try to choose what I think is going to be the best